the costs have gone up so dramatically in the past 2-3 years. He says that we just cannot even cultivate our fields anymore. We cannot even afford to go to the doctor because the doctor charges 100 rupees. We have nothing left to eat. And he says you can see in this part of the world, in the farming community, that people are suffering through more hardships now than they have been ever before they can remember.
The loans are meant to be short-term, but the effects are long-term. Pressure of meeting IMF conditions, along with endemic corruption, has caused the state education system to more or less collapse.
What you're seeing the children of the majority of population of Pakistan, these are the sort of schools they go to. This is the sort of education they have, which is learning by rote. There's no proper teaching, no individual attention. You see all sorts of age groups sitting there, the most elementary as well as the boys from the higher classes. They're all bracketed in one, and the teacher's supposed to teach them all at the same time. And this is the biggest problem the country is facing. Here you have the majority masses, semi-literate, semi-educated. Even when they'll finish these schools, they'll come out virtually uneducated.
It makes me feel very sad for Pakistan, because here are all these children who will never ever have the opportunity of fulfilling their immense God-given potential in life. As the state system has crumbled over the past 20 years, the vacuum created has been filled by others. The poor are turning to the religious schools. They are called madrasas, and they are educating almost 1 million students. Some are excellent. Others are a breeding ground for an intolerant version of Islam. They are mostly run on charity, and not surprisingly, their influence is strongest where neglect and poverty are most pronounced. The Imam here told me most of his students had left to join the Taliban in Afghanistan. And some of the remaining boys have also signed up to go.
The entire Muslim world, and he said including himself and all religious people, everyone condemned what happened in Washington and New York. And now they have, without establishing the guilt, the proof, they have started attacking Afghanistan. He visits Afghanistan a lot. A lot of his students have been are there in positions of authority, and he says you cannot imagine the way those people have been destroyed by war. Says the Quran says that when you have differences, sort them out with wisdom and compromise, and do not resort to what is happening in Afghanistan. In other words, do not resort to aggression. And he feels that the effects will be devastating.
The Imam's students feel that America has double standards. There's one way of dealing with the people of Afghanistan, and there's another rule where Muslims are facing injustice.
America should not think about only Afghanistan. There is not fight only in Afghanistan. We should think about Kashmir, about Chechnya, about Bosnia, and Palestine, and so on. Until those problems are not solved between Muslim and Americans, Jewish, Christians, I think these cases will go on. Until peace does not come in Palestine, Muslims are protesting against infidels.
Every Friday, after sermons quoting the Quran on justice, young men from the madrasas are being recruited to join the fight against the USA. Although